In this video, we head to a small village on the west coast of Scotland,
Our favourite place.
a town in Germany, and Adelaide. Decided we'd go a wee walk today down to Glenelg beach. Feels a bit weird saying that, as I used to go to a beach in Glenelg in Scotland growing up. Very, very different here though. Certainly never reached 34 degrees in Glenelg in Scotland when I was growing up, so yeah, just a little bit different. I stopped filming when the guy in the mobility scooter appeared behind us, not wanting to film someone without permission. He actually said, "Oh mate, why'd you do that? I wanted to be in your video." Glenelg Beach is one of many around Adelaide, and it's about an hour south of the central business district by public transport. Whilst this Glenelg is beautiful, I still prefer the Glenelg in Scotland, with a population 10 times smaller than this Glenelg. After the beach, it was time to check out one of Adelaide's many microbreweries. We headed to Barossa Valley after spending some time in Adelaide. Barossa Valley is about an hour and a half northeast of Adelaide itself and has over 80 wineries. Staying in the town of Nurayut, we thought would be an easy cycle to a few different wineries. I'd visited the Barossa Valley before with my friend Struan and wanted to take Anna back to check out some of my favourite wineries that we'd visited whilst there. If you're in the Barossa, possibly don't trust Google Maps as much as we did. We got turned around several times and ended up on a corrugated road, though I did have fun with it. The first winery I took her to was Charles Melton. The cycle in is absolutely gorgeous and wouldn't feel out of place if you transplanted it into Tuscany. It was my full intention to film the wine tasting here, every drop, and detail everything about the wines, but I got distracted by these guys. The people that worked here were incredibly friendly, clearly passionate about their wines, and their wine products are fantastic. Particular highlight is Rose of Virginia, probably the best rosé I've ever tried. Just a short 5-minute cycle away was St Hallets. Just $20 to sample 5 of their wines. Oh, and they also made a delicious cheese board, which we didn't quite manage to polish off, before cycling back to our caravan site. So we said, we don't have much storage space in the van. Probably best if we stick to maybe a bottle each when we go to the Barossa Valley. Oops.
Okay, and that's us just leaving the Barossa Valley. So yesterday we did the St Hallets and Charles Melton vineyards, both of which were lovely. Charles Melton in particular had some quite surprisingly nice reds. I'm not a red wine drinker, so it was quite nice to actually have some that I enjoyed. Rory, of course, enjoyed every single one. We have passed so many different vineyards, so many. Honestly, wouldn't be able to give you any recommendations. All of the ones that we've been to so far have been absolutely lovely. Cycling around them, on the other hand, a little bit harder work than we'd anticipated. Lots of long, slow uphills, but still quite enjoyable. A nice way to kind of see a little bit of the scenery and not just feel like you're passing names or just more green vineyards.
We headed on to Handorf, which is Australia's oldest German settlement. Founded in 1839, it's known for its German architecture and its artisanal food and drinks. We went for a walk into town and stumbled across Ambleside Distillery. The distillery produces a wide range of gins and aims to produce a single malt whisky. We sampled a few of the gins, with varying botanicals all grown within the grounds. Many years ago, we visited the Black Forest in Germany, and the architecture here did have a similar vibe. Restaurants really didn't hold back on the German references. We had a quick pint in the German Arms before heading to the Handorf Inn. I absolutely loved the inside of this bar and had to sample some of their beers. Can you say that you've been to a German eating establishment without a selection of pickles and wursts? I don't think so. We'll share a last couple of highlights from Adelaide and the surrounding area, one of which was Adelaide Dolphin Sanctuary, about 20 minutes north of the central business district. Home to 30 resident bottlenose dolphins and around 400 transient visitors, we hoped we would catch sight of some of them. Unfortunately, we didn't see any, but we did get to have a look at some cool shipwrecks. One of the things that we both loved about Adelaide was the amount of green spaces. The River Torrens has a network of walkways and cycleways, as well as some interesting bridges. Anna refused to walk this one as it was too wobbly for her liking. She also vetoed me doing an entire half-an-hour video on the O-Bahn buses that run on tracks here. Another of our favourite things about Adelaide was its colony of flying foxes. Just outside the Botanic Gardens, the trees are absolutely full of them, and at dusk every night they put on a show as they all emerge and fly off to find fruit and nectar that they feed on. And that was a few highlights from around Adelaide. We then hit the road and headed to the York Peninsula, which will be the subject of the next video.
As Rory would say, like and subscribe.